Nobody paid much attention when the news first broke because it looked like another ordinary sports update. But within minutes, everything changed. Team executives, media insiders, and fans quickly realized this was far bigger than a routine announcement. Caitlin Clark had officially signed a historic multi-year agreement with NBC Universal, and the impact was immediate. This wasn't about a single interview or a brief television appearance like many athletes do. NBC Universal made a long-term commitment, giving her recurring primetime roles, regular studio appearances, and consistent national exposure. That kind of investment is reserved for people a network believes can attract viewers on their own, making it clear that Clark is being recognized as one of the biggest stars in basketball, both on and off the court.
Okay, so this is kind of cool. You know, I've said for a while that Caitlin Clark is kind of the new face of basketball, not just the WNBA or anything, and that applies to the NBA side. I mean, she's as famous as basically anybody, you know, up there with LeBron James and Steph Curry and NBA legends like.
The real impact became clear when people realized this wasn't just a side project, it was a major step that gave Caitlin Clark real influence beyond the court. With a national media platform, she no longer has to rely on league promotion or hope for airtime because she now has her own voice, her own audience, and a spotlight that reaches millions. That level of independence changes everything, making league executives uneasy and putting pressure on other players since attention now follows her instead of being controlled by traditional media. Within hours of the announcement, social media lit up as fans shared clips of her previous TV appearances and praised how clearly she explained the game, often better than experienced analysts. Even people who rarely watched the WNBA started asking why NBC chose her. And the answer was obvious. She attracts viewers, boosts ratings, drives engagement, and captures attention wherever she goes.
Special contributor for the broadcasts also. She will be joining the crew there. You see Maria Taylor, Carmelo Anthony, Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady. And CC will be making her TV analyst debut on their Basketball Night in America show for a game between the Los Angeles Lakers and the New York Knicks at Madison Square Garden. Obviously, Clark, a big fan of LeBron James, so she'll probably have good things to say about him. Here's what she said in the press release. I'm really excited to be part of the Basketball Night in America crew this season. Carmelo, Vince, and Tracy are legends of the game, and Maria is a true professional. It will be really fun to do.
NBC made its decision based on what every major network values most: viewership, audience retention, and engagement. Caitlin Clark consistently delivers all three because she attracts genuine interest without chasing attention or creating controversy. She speaks about basketball with confidence and clarity, making even complex strategies easy for casual fans to understand, which makes her a natural fit for television. While many fans celebrated the announcement, reports suggested there was a more cautious reaction within basketball circles, with quiet discussions about what this could mean for media coverage and the league's future. If one player's popularity begins to outshine the league itself, it raises important questions about how attention is distributed. The reality is that fans often connect more with individual stars than with team or league brands, and Clark's long-term NBC deal reinforces that idea. Although the league has always promoted a team-first mindset, NBC's major investment signals that it sees Clark as a standout personality capable of drawing audiences on her own. For some players, the concern wasn't necessarily about Clark personally, but about what her growing influence and national platform could mean for the balance of attention across the sport.
Before ESPN, before Kathy, before the Indiana, before they thought that Caitlin Clark was her, Peacock said, oh, we got to captivate on this now. We got to capitalize on this now. We're going to put a couple of these games behind a paywall and get some new subscribers while we're at it. It's said to be a 2-night gig for Clark. who plans to return to NBC in another pregame role on March 29th when the Knicks visit the Oklahoma City Thunder. So far, 2 games. If there's a lockout, I would expect some more dates. If there's a lockout,
reality is that media exposure has never been distributed equally. Some athletes naturally attract massive audiences, while others receive far less attention, and that difference becomes impossible to ignore on a national stage. Throughout it all, Caitlin Clark stayed focused, avoiding celebration posts or self-promotion and simply continuing her work. Ironically, that quiet approach made the announcement even more powerful because it showed that the attention was earned rather than chased. As her influence continued to grow, sponsors, media companies, and analysts took notice, once again talking about the Caitlin effect. This time, however, the discussion went beyond ticket sales or jersey sales. It centered on her growing impact in the media. A strong media presence can shape public conversations, influence how people view a player, and ultimately increase that player's value and reach far beyond the basketball court.
People are actually saying that about a women's basketball player. We're now going to be at the stage where it's like, oh yeah, you know, you've said it. You didn't say it about a women's. You can't say about that women's basketball player. Now that's racist. Because saying Caitlin Clark is, you know, the most relevant person in basketball. No, that's racist. Like, I haven't seen that much of it, to be fair. And to be fair, most of the backlash is nonsense accounts on Twitter. But at the end of the day, it's it is what it is. It's the same bullshit narrative that we've seen for weeks. For weeks. But, did I say weeks? I mean years. It's getting to the stage now where it's just been so long that I'm forgetting. Like, this narrative has been going on for weeks, months, years, and it's never going to stop. Caitlin Clark could win 10 rings and they're still going to complain about her not winning in high school. Like, as
Caitlin Clark's influence grew, endorsements increased, opportunities expanded, and the gap between her and other players became clear. Some insiders questioned if the league had underestimated her impact. Her move into mainstream sports coverage placed her alongside major NBA stars, something that can change a career forever. Fans noticed that whenever she appeared on NBC, attention grew and clips spread quickly. She didn't need drama or controversy. Her basketball IQ, talent, and knowledge of the game were enough to keep people watching. Because hype fades, but real skill lasts.
All requirements on the contract. So who do they need to go get? Well, the next best thing, I suppose. Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark will join NBC Sports as a special contributor for the newly launched Basketball Night in America on February 1st, preceding the Lakers-Knicks game at Madison Square Garden. It will be CeCe's first time in an analyst-type role on TV. She will return to the show on March 29th, preceding Knicks Thunder in Oklahoma City. She is joining a studio team that includes Maria Taylor, Carmelo Anthony, Vince Carter, and Tracy McGrady. They want to start it off with a bang. They want to come in hot. Basketball Night in America. And what's the best way to do that? If you can't get Michael Jordan, he said, dude, I already gave you guys my interview. You already chopped it up and did what you did with it. I'm good here. They go and get Caitlin Clark, making her debut as an analyst on TV.
This deal feels much bigger than a simple contract because it represents a major shift in influence. NBC didn't create Caitlin Clark's popularity. They recognized the impact she already had. A commitment like this shows that her presence is not just a short-term trend, but something with long-term value. The real importance is not only the money or television exposure, but the power and independence it gives her. She no longer has to wait for opportunities because attention naturally follows her. When one person gains that level of influence, the entire landscape begins to change. NBC didn't just sign a basketball player. They invested in a major personality who drives attention, creates conversations, and connects with millions of fans. Love it or hate it, Caitlin Clark has reached a level where her impact goes beyond the league itself.